Hello, hello. I think we're live. maybe. Are we good? I'm here. Hello. I was actually just talking with Frank, and he pointed out that I didn't look Christmassy enough for the Christmas live stream. So I did have a hat, but it was really fluffy and really sweaty. So yeah. Hey Ed, how's it going, dude? You can hear me good? Awesome. Hello, people. Where is everyone in the world this evening? And is this Christmas top Christmassy enough? I'll look at this. It's a great Christmas top. So, we can hear me. We're all good. Happy with that. Happy with that. Ugly sweater day. It's a nice Christmas sweater. Okay, great. So now that we can hear me, I guess we should probably get the man in himself, the man that needs no introductions, Mr. Frank.
Am I here?
And if I did it right, you should be here.
But should be here. This is weird. I don't see how the stream looks.
Oh, by the way, hi. You have to see it live. So I think I have to. I think I have to. Okay. You'll have to watch the stream to see me and you transitions.
I can do that.
Yeah. I think I can share my whole screen, but then it might be really trippy. No.
It's okay.
Or as in the window, but yeah.
Hey all.
How's it going? I think people like the jumper. Yeah, and if you notice Frank's hat. So if people are familiar with the hat, what does it mean, Frank? What does this hat signify? Is this the return of the streams?
No, it's a darn stupid thing. No, what it says is, by the way, is just the city I live in, Enschede, which that's all. It's the city hat.
I feel like I should be facing you like this.
Sorry?
I feel like I should be facing you like this with the way that the screen's split in the middle, so that I'm like looking at you.
All right. But the image is flat.
It is. We can just pretend.
We can just pretend. Oh, I can change. We can change this, right?
Oh, you're too far. You're too far over now because it's mirrored.
I'm sorry.
Gosh, I'm honestly so hot now after putting that hat on.
Oh.
What did you do to me? You're messing up my game.
I'm sorry. Well, at least you got a sweater on now. Like I came on here and it was like you had a white sweater, but here we go. It was the 12 streams of Christmas. I was invited to the 12 streams of Christmas, so I went all out, right? Yeah, right. And I got a Christmas tree up here and such. Yeah. Like the whole shebang. Let's go.
Yeah, that was real Christmassy.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, welcome. Hello, everybody. we got a Frank.
Well, we should introduce, by the way. Like I was on a podcast the other day. The man that needs no introduction, and the first comment on the YouTube was,
"Who is this guy?" Yeah, well, that is true. I'm just assuming that everybody is watching is a Home Assistant person or interested in somewhat Home Assistant-y things. So, do you wanna give yourself a little an intro?
Well, I'm Frank. Hi, and
I'm best known for the release notes.
Best known for the release notes at this point. Yeah, the Home Assistant release notes is something I do and write. But yeah, generally, I'm a developer for the Home Assistant project. I work for Nabokasa, so I can do this like full time, working on this awesome project with the whole community. Do run the main releases and the release notes indeed that comes with it, and work on anything I can get my hands on where I can help out. Make some add-ons, try to maintain them, and keeping sometimes some new automation features. I work on like basically anything I can go. Documentation, doesn't matter, whatever. So anywhere in the Home Assistant project, you will probably bump into some places you will see my name. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, so somebody was saying then that my thing is mirrored. So yeah, it is. But I was just saying to Frank why this usually is because I because I often have the green screen, I have the image flipped so that when I'm saying look at this thing, like I'm trying to point to the thing behind me, but it's here. It's the other way around, if that makes sense. I don't know if that
Yeah.
makes sense. If you're a camera person, you might that might make sense.
That's weird, by the way, because I said my image is flipped, but it isn't because I see.
There we go, like that. Boom. So that's unflipped, but then it reflips again, does it? The glasses.
We're still flipped, but I'm not flipped.
Am I flipped now, or am I the wrong way, or am I the right way?
Oh boy.
Do you want me to flip you?
Andy Sawyer, he does some great front end stuff. I'm not a front end. I've been caught, but no,
This
I'm
one
not.
time.
Yeah, this one time in bad camp, but no, it's no, I'm not a front ender.
Yeah,
but
see, Alex, the clock thing now is flipped because I've flipped the camera. So, because I flipped I flipped that screen in the screen software. So, I'm sorry, we're just gonna have a
wait, you did what?
Yeah, I flipped that clock. All right. Ignore me. I'm just gonna flip back, so I'm just gonna be the wrong way around, but in my head it's the right way. There we go. Now the clock's the right way. Look. Oh, it's been one of those days, Frank.
Yeah, you had a tough weekend, right?
Yeah,
At least I saw it in the.
Yeah, I'm still recovering from it's a self-inflicted thing known as a hangover.
Oh, that case.
Yeah, and what's the best way to cure it? Get back on the
right.
Oh. I can't
Next job for Frank to work on the code for integration of the clock thing to flip it. What is it, by the way? What is that clock?
That thing is called Divoom 64. It's an ESP with like a light panel, and yeah, you can just kind of customize the display like in an app, or you can download pre-made things that people have made. It's quite cool. It's got a little API as well, but yeah, it's nice. I just have it having my YouTube thing, or like every now and then it will show like pixel art of Stranger Things. So yeah,
nice.
I'll try these other glasses because these are my video glasses, and hopefully these won't steam up. Hopefully, I actually have some like spray that I Is Ed still here? Ed, do you have this problem if like glasses steaming up? These ones are steaming up now. It's like a glasses wearer problem, just like glasses steaming up. But I have some spray to put on them to stop them steaming up. But this spray is, I bought it off Amazon for a few quid, and I think it was a few quid for a reason, because I think it was just somebody just selling piss in a spray. It's the worst smelling stuff I've ever smelled. I'm gonna go and grab it because I need it. It's the worst smelling stuff I've ever smelled, but it works, and I have no idea what it is. 2 seconds.
Yeah, sure. But we will wait.
So, this stuff is called Muck Off, and apparently it's a premium anti-fog treatment, and it just basically smells like piss. And yeah, I spray it on my glasses.
I'm so happy this is a video connection, by the way.
Yeah, like I spray it on my glasses, like one spray on each. Not sponsored, but Muck Off if you want to send me some stuff. I'm sure
some piss. Send them free piss.
I'm sure you're
free piss.
Yeah, basically a little spray on there, and this is also great stuff if you're a glasses wearer and it's the winter like it is now. I would recommend Muck Off. Link in the description below. But yeah, so we'll see now if it works. But yeah, it smells fishy. That's the kind of, that's how I'd describe it to you. I'm sorry. Right. How?
So are we back?
We're back.
What are you drinking, Frank? That looks tasty. Well, I just showed it. I went shopping today and bought some beers just because, well, they look good, because I think that's important. So, also not sponsored, but Two Chefs Brewing Funky Falcon. That's what I'm drinking.
The Funky Falcon.
The Funky Falcon.
Mike's been using Muck Off for cleaning his bike. Does yours smell like piss, Mike?
If you take your bicycle out.
Yeah. Just give it a good
Go
spray.
hard enough, then you will not smell it, I guess.
Oh, I'm starting to get a bit of steam. Maybe I didn't spray enough. Right. Should we change the
So,
topic?
yeah, should we change the topic for sure? Let's start with congratulating you, by the way.
For
what?
Yeah, for
It was your birthday yesterday.
Oh, it was my birthday.
Your YouTube
my
channel.
YouTube birthday. How
Your
do you know
YouTube
that?
channel.
I
How
only,
do I know
I only
that?
saw that this morning.
Hey, I do my research. So you created your YouTube channel. It's December 17th, which was yesterday, 2021.
Yeah, I created it December. Yeah, well, about that time. And I remember at the time, like, just like saying to my wife, "Oh, I might start this thing," and I had it all ready. And then I was like, "Oh, January 1st, I think it was. January 1st, I'll post my first video as like a little intro thing." And yeah, I did. But then I think the audio on it was so bad that I had to re-upload that intro video with like a turned up audio. So I think that video says it's the second, but really it was the first. So yeah.
Oh man, I actually went out watching your first video.
Uh,
Like your introduction. It's a 1 minute 15
Yeah.
introduction video to look at. So yeah,
talking about myself, or was it talking about Home Assistant? Which one was that?
no, it was just talking about what you're planning to do with the channel, and you
Oh,
were
yeah.
standing behind like a desk with your earbuds in, your
Yeah, in my old
Mac.
house, that was in my front room. Yeah.
yeah, and it was really cool to see. So it was more like you selling the idea for the reason why you created that channel,
Yeah.
which was really nice to see. So all of you just go to the video tab after the stream, of course, and then like
Watch
scroll
that
all the
first
way
video.
down, and because well, it's quite a scroll because you managed to create 139 videos in 2 years.
That's the ones that are all public as well.
Yes. Oh, you have a lot that aren't public.
Well, I have a few others, like like ones where I uploaded them and I was like, oh, I don't actually like this, or like I've changed my mind about this, or yeah, like I think sometimes I've created videos. Like one of the ones that I know I've got there was like 9 different smart home scene controllers, and it's all a bunch of different like remotes and stuff. And I watched it and I was just like, I'm not happy with like how it turned out, so I just didn't put it public. So yeah, maybe I'll release that at the end of this video. A little surprise. I actually haven't made any videos for like 3 weeks now, 2 weeks, just 'cause it's been so busy with work. And yeah. Oh, thanks there, Alex. We've got Alex sharing that in the thing. So if you are interested in seeing what my first video was, it's pinned now. So yeah, go check it out at the end and tell me if you think I've improved. Or if you were one of the OGs that watched that original video and you're still stuck around now, let me know in the comments.
I think it's quite impressive. Like in 2 years, you did 139 videos, 9 live streams, and 37K subscriptions. Like members on your channel, not members, YouTube members or something.
Subscribers, yeah.
Subscribers, right? And a total of 2.7 million views on your vids, which is freaking impressive.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
For a pretty darn successful 2 years, I would say.
Yeah, like what was the you have to re-release a very short-lived alternative intro. Yeah. I think, I think I actually I did plan on doing this as like a 1-year thing, but like that first video I took a snapshot of just the backdrop. So if I ever wanted to green screen and like, go back in time, I could do that. And that was a thing. So maybe one day. Maybe it'll be like a transition video of like then and now. But yeah, thank you. It's been good. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm still enjoying it. So
that's good. What's the biggest success for a video you had, by the way?
As in the most watched?
Your favorite?
Oh, my favorite one.
Yeah. Which gives you the best feeling in terms of watches, comments, and like what's the one you'll look back at?
That's a very good question.
Most
actually.
Proud.
I don't know, but it'll definitely be like a Home Assistant based one. Although the majority of my content is all Home Assistant based, so that just doesn't narrow
Chances
it down.
are high.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Any video that you create and people watch it and they're like, "Hey, that's really helped me out," or "You've saved me a whole bunch of time." Those are always nice videos because um, if the video was like good enough to get someone to leave a comment to say like, "Thank you," like
Mm.
yeah, as opposed to like if you just watch something, skip through, pull out the bit you want, and then do one. So yeah, those ones are like are good. Let's have a quick browse of my stuff because I can't really think. Mm, one video that I don't need to browse because I know what this one is. It was one that I did. I think it was one of the first videos I did maybe when I moved to this house, and it was how to flash Sonoff's new Zigbee dongle. And the reason I like that one is because I filmed that in a bit of a different way to how I usually do. Like in that video, as well as like showing how to do it, I also like mentioned steps in there like, oh, if this is missing for you, then you can do this, or if this doesn't work, do this. Like I showed lots of problems, and I was like, don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing because it makes the video longer. And if you're doing it following along and everything's just working for you, you've also got all these segments where it's like, if you get this error message and do this, but you're like, hey, I don't have an error message, I just want to watch the next part. So maybe that video, because I just remember at the time thinking, oh, this is interesting to do it a bit differently to how I normally do a tutorial. Because yeah, that was a good video maybe, I think. Did you ever see my when I made the MarkWattTech song?
No, I've heard it once before. It was in the
It was on one of
video
my
you did.
videos.
Yeah, in the Bluetooth toothbrush video.
Yes.
You used
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
as a
That was a little throwback snippet.
yeah.
I think that was my most like disliked video ever.
Disliked video.
Yeah. Well, because usually usually people don't leave a like unless they, I don't know, guess they really like it or it was really entertaining. I don't know. But if
Or
you're
if
watching
you
this
ask
now,
for it,
you
right?
should definitely,
So
yeah, definitely
just
drop a like now if you're currently watching. But yeah, like I think people must have really hated it to be like, do you know what? I hate it that much that I'm gonna press dislike. And I don't know. I haven't looked at like the statistics for the video to see whether like geography was for it. But I think like the American people liked it and the UK people did not like it. Let me know in the comments if you know the song that we're talking about and and you liked it or did like it.
Alex is refusing to post a link to that to the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I think the actual is it might be private now actually, that video, because every now and then I would just get somebody like, I guess they'd be watching like a playlist of my videos and they would just be like, WTF. But yeah.
Could be.
Lots of people thought Paul Hibbert had made it as well. I had loads of messages like, why did you and Paul Hibbert make a song? And I was like, what? But there was lots of people that liked the song. Maybe I can release it like as a Christmas EP.
The Christmas.
Yeah,
EP
like
on
some like
Spotify.
jingle bells in the background or something. But yeah. You did a stream the other day, didn't you, Frank?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Last Friday.
Was it last Friday?
Yes.
Oh, I caught it like this morning when I was messaging you. Like,
So
delayed.
I've been streaming, like that's how my stuff started. Well, it didn't start that way, but at some point in the beginning of my home assistant journey, I started streaming, and yeah, I did it for a couple of years. It just died off, and I was like, maybe I should do it again. And I was looking forward to do it again. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy streaming and podcasting and just being on and talking to people and communicating with the community. I love looking at the chat right now, for example. So if you have a question, drop it. I like that interaction. That's what I like. I'm not, that's just cool. I was like, maybe I should just go back. And that thought is not new. It comes by more often. So last Friday, I was like, maybe I should like set it up again. And then I ran into issues and I lost all my scenes. Like how everything is created in OBS. So all my settings and positions and cameras and configuration, all's gone.
You have a
But I
very
still.
pro-looking setup.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
For me, it is actually pretty darn simple in general. But
yeah, having all the fancy graphics and.
well, yeah, a friend of mine created that during lunch break, so it wasn't that fancy actually. But yeah, in the end,
yeah,
I was resetting it up Friday. I was just like, maybe I can recreate it. So I installed everything fresh and recreated it. And when I was finally done in the evening, I was like, well, now I should test it.
Yeah.
But it was Friday night.
Yeah, I after watching your video, I thought I'd try and add something as like a like a bit of homage to your streams. So should we try it, see if it works?
I know where this is going. No way.
Okay, the one that the one that I wanted to do hasn't worked, but I think I'll do this next one now because I think this one is working. But I think you'll guess what it was, what the first one was. But
surprise, motherfucker!
Did that come through? Did that work? No.
Not on my end. I cannot see it. But that's right. I'm looking at you.
Did it happen in the stream? I'm not blushing. I'm just really sweaty.
Oh, I saw him on the stream.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
And the cat.
Yes.
We got Snoop in there too. Yeah, but it was the choo-choo train, the Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, I heard.
You guessed it, but yeah, it wouldn't work. But yeah, surprise. So if you ever catch Frank streams, that's what you can expect.
Yeah, it was a bit weird though. And the viewer count was pretty high too because I didn't even announce it. I was just like hit that button and maybe in half an hour and just like check if everything works right. I have not like going live and streaming is just stressful, right? Yeah, choo homies.
Choo.
Going streaming is stressful. Like, does the audio work? Does the video look good? Does the stuff not crash? Sorry, but like I was just. That was sad to see that it happened last stream, but my stream actually Friday crashed too at the end because I had an audio driver issue. It was really just like do a test run, and it became a bit longer than expected, and I had more viewers than expected because I didn't announce it actually. But it was really fun. So yeah, I will probably return a bit more.
Yeah, you did say in that stream that you're gonna try and do bits to your Home Assistant.
Yeah.
Is that just something you'll do live? Yeah.
So back in the day, I was mostly doing coding on Home Assistant add-ons. I would just go out and start a stream, start building an add-on, and not stopping the stream until the add-on was done. And sometimes I streamed for 6 or 8 hours in one go until it was done, until deep into the night. And there were crazy people that even stuck around for that long. That I cannot do that like 2-3 times a week anymore. That doesn't work. How I managed to do that even like back in the day, like I got older, but like even that, like I'm not sure how I did that. I managed to do that, but I would love to be back a bit at that game because I just enjoy the interaction a lot.
Yeah, it's cool. It's probably the best part of it, really. Like the whole, we got a question from from Bo. It's one of probably the most asked Home Assistant thing, or one of the ones that I see is most asked. Drag and drop.
Oh, drag and drop. Yes, it's common.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yes. Did people see the mini teaser for it?
It wasn't a bit of a hidden teaser.
Yeah.
Actually.
Did people see that? Did you see? Was it on the Home Assistant channel? It was on the Twitter. On the Home Assistant Twitter, if you saw the little teaser for drag and drop. And if you didn't, you weren't looking very well.
So the story behind drag and drop has been going back a long time, right?
It is coming. It is.
It is coming.
You heard
it. But Zach has been working on it quite a few times, but it's really difficult. And one of the problems is the way the Lovelace dashboards work. I'm not a front ender, so I cannot give you all the details, but it has something to do with like the aspect ratio and height of the cards, and they're dynamically going into places and such. And once it goes drag and drop, that doesn't work anymore like that or something. If I'm totally wrong, I'm sorry, but something in that,
Yep.
something like that is the issue. And what we're doing now is we're slowly working towards something new, right? If you have looked at the State of the Open Home, there was a presentation by Matthias, our UX designer, who showed like the new UI or a concept of it. It's a concept UI, what he showed. But the tile card, for example, is part of that. The tile card that was introduced previously is in 2022.11 and enhanced in 2022.12. That card already has properties that we could use for things like drag and drop. So it has like, I don't know, its configuration would be useful for that. And more of the things that are common and in that concept UI has been thought through to be able to do that. So we already have a prototype. Paul created a prototype that can do that drag and drop. So it's definitely something that's coming.
There we go.
Yes.
Has that answered your question, Bo?
Someday soon. But we're going to do it.
Mm. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think Bo's happy with that.
Yeah, it would be awesome to have that. Definitely. I'm just going up. I missed a part of the stream. I look.
Yeah.
Actually, of
Someone
part
was
of the
saying
chat.
I'm getting audio interference with the video overlays. Am I? Can we not hear me? Or can we not hear Frank?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. It might have been when I was messing about with the soundboard thing, maybe. I think maybe on some of those clips, because they're just like clips from YouTube, they have like it's like somebody's recorded it on their phone or whatever, the actual video. So it's not like they're not high quality videos. So maybe it was that like is it that? Yeah. I think it was I think it's those little sound things. So it sounds like it's crackly or whatever, but it's not me, it's the little yeah.
I'm running the beta version of OBS. So what I actually tried to do today before the stream is like getting the virtual webcam in, so I could actually like cue all the animations I had on my stream inside the stream. That was my goal.
Did you
but
not do it?
No, I didn't do it because I ran into like a frame rate issue in the virtual webcam, which was just like not looking nice and looks like a Mac specific issue with the new OBS beta I'm using.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, well, that's a bummer. Just leave it to audio cues in that case, right? That does work, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice try.
What was the radio voice that you had earlier? That one was great.
The telephone. I know I
it's the
got a couple
telephone
of
voice.
samples here, but we could call like, hello, help desk. Thank you for calling. Things like that. But yeah, well, that's just fun, right? Yeah.
Choo choo.
Choo choo. Yes. But today I am with Mark, and we could do a little reverb, right? And say, ladies and gentlemen, we have him, the one and only, the holy. It's Mark, right? So things like that. Just a little bit
of reverb.
Yeah, I like playing with
reverb stuff. Hi, Matt. My name is not Matt. Frank, do you know that this is like a common occurrence that I have with my maybe I should have named my channel something differently. So my name is Mark Watt, and people when they see those together, they go like and it just comes out as Matt. So I get so many emails addressed to Matt or like YouTube comments like, "Hey Matt," like I'm not Matt. It's Mark.
He isn't mad either.
No. But yeah.
Oh, Julius is in the house. Choo choo, Omi.
Hey, choo choo.
Yeah. Yay. Now wait for stuff to break.
Yeah. Just
if you don't know, like that's a thing from the past. Every time Lydius showed up on stream, something broke. He couldn't help it, but yeah.
Lydius curse.
Yeah.
So Alex was asking, question for you there, Frank. If Bluetooth audio would be something that would be implemented into Home Assistant, and what the limitations would be.
Bluetooth audio is technically possible in Home Assistant already.
Yeah. Alex, do you mean for like ESP devices, or what specific implementation of Bluetooth? Like, just you want to be able to send to like a Bluetooth speaker? Is that like
Yeah, I
just
think that's mostly what's asked for. But you can already do that. I've done it before actually for myself. So you can pair. It's all via the command line. So you could go into the SSH add-on on the command line and then try to pair a Bluetooth audio device. Technically, that works. There's no UI for it, but
yeah? If you know them commands, it works.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not
yeah, it's
something that I've
Bluetooth
ever tried.
CTL. It's just like it's documented Linux commands which you can use.
Is there plans for that in the UI?
I don't know.
Nope.
So a lot of like there are a couple of things that we do know what we're going to do, right? And most of that stuff was announced during the State of the Home as well, the State of the Open Home. But in the end, like, what are we going to do this year? Like, the fun thing about this project in general is like there's a lot of stuff coming that we don't anticipate on, right? So, for example, the local calendar is the biggest one that from this last release. It was just like it just appeared. It was contributed, and that's just amazing, right? You cannot
Yeah.
plan that. You cannot plan somebody else's free time. And of course, with the Nabokasa team, we try to plan some bigger features and some core features out. But yeah, what's common? Sometimes we like to derail as well and like to be creative. It's programming and doing all this stuff is a very creative process. And it's also a very market that moves really hard. Like we're going everywhere. Meta is now drop in.
Yeah.
But maybe something else pops up tomorrow, which we all want to use. I don't know. Like,
Yeah. You guys aren't skipping the January release this year.
nope.
Too much work.
Yeah.
Those were some like monster release notes for February.
Last year, February, I had a nightmare doing the release.
Yeah.
The January release is going to be small. Will not have big features. Don't expect it to be like all shiny, but it will definitely fix bugs and maybe some little new feature or two.
Little bit of shiny.
Yeah, something fresh to start the year. But
Yeah.
February will probably be the first one.
Yeah, there's a question here, Frank, and I know it's one of your favorite topics, but this is a good one to have in because I think this question. So it's from Eric. What happened with local Tuya or Tuya local? I think that's actually the first time we spoke. Do you remember? I jumped on like a video call. Like,
Yeah.
This was probably like last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure when I did all
many
the Tuya
many
stuff.
moons ago.
Oh, that's last year.
Yeah,
So
but it was
October, November.
Yeah, it was like it was just coming out. It was just going to be like a thing, and we were talking like, oh, it's interesting, like Tuya getting on board, and
Yep.
then it
So what happened to local Tuya?
yeah.
So you have like we did the or Tuya actually because well there's a lot of misconceptions about who did what, but Tuya actually built the integration that's in Home Assistant, Tuya integration that was built by Tuya engineers.
The original one, yeah.
The original one. So it was submitted and added to Home Assistant, and the reason for that was because well the old Tuya integration we had would stop working, so we had no choice as well, right? And from a Home Assistant perspective, it's absolutely amazing if like the manufacturer themselves like brings an integration in, like you expect the thing to then be working fantastically. And we review it by code, but testing all the 400K devices they have, that's not possible for any contributor, right? So it's like super cool that they like build their own integration. But after that, it turned out not to be that cool once the integration and the release dropped, and that was a bit saddening. So I started like trying to improve the situation a bit, which I think I succeeded at. Although if it looks like I didn't, because there's still a lot of people with lots of issues, and but yeah, still
it's that whole thing though, isn't it? There's so many devices,
Yeah.
and even though some of the devices, like a fan, it might be a fan, but this one fan operates in a different way, so it has additional features, or yeah.
So yeah, basically sells chips and a service, not devices, what many people think. Tuya doesn't sell devices. Like a Tuya device that actually doesn't exist. It is a Tuya chip put in a
Mhm.
device from some random ass manufacturer.
Yeah, and they're all just white labeled, and you can buy everything from them. They'll make your
Yeah.
storefront page. They'll do your packaging, all like
And the
everything.
app, and the
Yeah,
whole
the
shebang.
app as well. Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
they all look the same because it's just
yeah.
a
I have
reskin.
a Tuya Frank app actually. I have a Tuya developer account which has been upgraded a bit, but I can actually like just generate my own app. It's just like a click interface, and I can build it. And if I pay the subscription fee, then I can actually deploy it, and it's that easy. And it's really cool what they do, and a lot of companies like it because, well, if you're a technical manufacturer that can build equipment, then making it smart is really easy. You just
Yeah,
get a chip, you put it in, solder some wires on it, and there you go. So
yeah,
basically, the idea is really cool, but the problem is the manufacturers have little differences. For example, garage doors is a big one, like open or closed. Like that's just a flip of the wire probably on the chip, right?
hmm
So depending on how it's
However,
wired
they
up.
implemented it as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So
originally, when they started doing all this stuff, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna bring out local control,"
yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
during stream as well, they it was asked, and I knew the answer a bit. Like I knew, I just asked them. I was just like,
mhm,
people want to hear that. So during the stream, I just asked them again, like when they were on, are you going to do local control? But in the end, they are not to decide. Look, Tuya is a huge company,
and they had
and
2 developers on it, didn't they, for like the whole company?
yeah,
Two
two
people.
developers, and we had a product manager on, and some other people. Um, but they were mainly working on the cloud stuff, which is cool, but that's not local implementation. And the biggest problem with Tuya is, even if they would like do some local things, which some devices actually do, and that's how the local Tuya integration works in the App Store. But often not everything is exposed there. And even if Tuya would like make that happen, they cannot roll out a firmware. They cannot
No.
like update all the devices to add local control to it. So even if they are going to do this way, like it will not fix all the devices out there. So
All 20,
recap,
100 million, billion. Tuya things.
but the thing I find most saddening is that I don't mind cloud if it works well.
Mm.
Right? Like cloud can be I prefer local, but if cloud is like the only option to do something, then and it works kind of well, then maybe okay-ish. Like at least it works.
I think
But
sometimes
it,
there's a bit of a trade off with what the actual product is and what you want it for. So, like,
yeah,
there's this really cool thing, but you can only have it and it's cloud based. So, do you want the cool thing with the cloud based? Or, like,
yeah,
sometimes that's how it is. Obviously, if it's local, you want local, and local's the
for
best.
sure.
But
But I think of Tuya as a great like a gateway drug for a
yeah,
home assistant
definitely.
or home
That's how
automation,
so many
right?
people start because
Yeah,
it's all cheap as well.
right. It's cheap. You can buy it everywhere in the world in every freaking store. It's
Hmm.
labeled with I don't know how many brands. And the chances you go into home assistant having one or two or maybe even more Tuya devices is really high.
Mm.
So me investing time in that at the time was purely based on that because those like that that will be their first like experience and it has to work somewhat maybe. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not that easy to make it all work, and it probably will not work all the time. And in general, I would just say try to avoid the Tuya products. And if you can flash them with ESP or test mode, do it.
Yeah.
That's the best experience ever.
Yeah, well, there's a brand there that somebody in the comments, Omar's mentioned. Is it Atom or is it Atham? I did a
Atom.
video Atham.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a video on some of their like stuff a while back, and yeah, they create really nice devices. And what's cool about them is you can buy it in a set configuration. So they sell devices pre-flash with Tasmota or ESP Home, and I think also WLED.
Yes.
Oh, and Homebridge as well, if you're a Homebridge
Right.
person.
And the cool thing about it, those devices are 2 chips, but they are
Mhm.
DSP based chips, and they pre-flash them for you. So There's nothing wrong with that. I got a bunch of Tuya devices in home, probably dozens, which are all flashed and running in ESP home.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, those are some cool pre-flashed things. So like plugs and whatever, but they're
Yep.
nice, and they don't feel plasticky and cheap like some of the some of the 2-year ones.
got a lot of these.
Oh yeah.
These are Tuya ones too.
Mhm.
It just flashed like this is ESP12, but it's ESP home. This is label in ESP home.
Do you still have like a drawer of shame where you open it up and it's just all these
No, I don't have a
smart
drawer of
products
shame.
and
No.
you got a giant box?
Yes, I got like a shelf now in the
Cabinet.
garage with multiple boxes of shame.
Yeah.
Was the drawer wasn't a possibility anymore.
It's expanded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the box on top of the cupboard over there. Just
You
all
will
random
get
bits.
sent a lot of shit, I guess. As a
Yeah,
YouTuber, right?
yeah. You just
Do you say yes to everything? Like send me over.
no, like
Yeah.
I think at the beginning, you do say yes to things because it's like it's quite cool, isn't it? Like the whole getting sent things, and then it's like it stops becoming cool when you're not saying yes to things, but parcels are still coming, and it's because you said yes to some like Tuya plugs or something, and then they sold you details, and now now people send you like random things. But yeah, and you get like as like a YouTube type person, you get just all these 10 million different companies like asking you like, do you want to try this hair dryer or like food processor or just random things.
Random shit.
Yeah, the best ones are the
you-
ones where it's like you can see that it's just clearly copy and paste template, and it's like dear insert name here.
The best.
Yeah,
Like sure. It was
Yeah.
a very
or it's
personal
like
touch.
I'm a big fan of your content. Dog handkerchiefs was one that like I went through like a series of like blocking all these emails and things. I like because I had my dog like in a few of my thumbnails, so then like yeah, somebody somewhere was like dog handkerchiefs, let's hook this guy up. So
I would review all that stuff. So if
You
somebody's
would.
listening, send me all you got. I always said no in the past when I did a bit of YouTube, simply because I didn't want to create expectations, and secondly, I would like burn you to the ground if I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I always said no, but at this point, if the things you just mentioned, that sounds great. I would like to have boxes of like, I don't know, dishwasher hand soap or I don't know. That sounds weird. Dishwasher
Tissue
hand soap, but
boxes.
tissue boxes. Yes, please bring them on. I would like an automated one, by the way, Switchbot. If you're listening, I would like an automated like tissue box that alert you when it's almost empty and such.
Does it automatically dispense them as well when you're like in need?
Yeah, you sneeze and then it will like fire one at you, something like that. That would be great. No, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a gap in the market for an automated Switchbot tissue box, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would love to have like tons of that not related stuff sent because they're just like desperately seeking for people to review it. And then to just do like a big fit a video on YouTube and like an unpacking party and look at all the stuff they send over. That sounds fun to me. So yeah, I would definitely do a live stream with that stuff.
Yeah. Well,
please contact
we'll get you hooked up. Today
Yeah,
we're looking at
definitely.
hand soap. Yeah.
Yeah,
Slippery slope.
Slippery slope.
Yeah. Yeah. Alex
Oh,
said
wow.
he was glad that you went the sneeze route. Yeah. Yeah. Funny enough, we've had this conversation many times over the last few weeks.
Yeah, something weird about tissue boxes. I don't.
Yeah, somebody said it
I don't
somewhere. What's the weirdest product that you've had to integrate, like, or you've seen integrated?
Oh wow, what's the weirdest product you have played with this year? The weirdest product I've integrated. No, I haven't. No, the problem is if I build an
This-
integration,
what about
I,
the strangest pull request then? Like you've looked at it and you've been like, people actually use this in a smart home.
so um, I actually like those things, like the pet feeder in the last release,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the hot tub integration, like and the shower head integrations. They think the thing exists, right? And people are even like, and people are using it as well, and the user count is very low. But the fact that those
It's
weird things
being
end up
used. Yeah,
and end up in Home Assistant, right? And end up being used, and that it's possible to use those things, like the toothbrush.
yeah,
You did even a video about the darn thing. Like, what the
yeah.
hell? And there are uses for it. You could make an automation that is useful. I would still want to automate that.
It's
It turns
crazy how
on.
fast that toothbrush is. Like,
Yeah,
it's
that too, right?
so fast. Like,
I want to play the Benny Hill song when it goes on. I still have to fix that, like dee, 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 like for the kids. But anyways, I think those things are odd and they're weird, but they're some way unique for us as well, right? That's the part of the community. Why not? Is it that odd?
yeah,
Maybe not. I don't think so.
there are
Maybe.
unique use cases. What are the shower ones? I've never actually looked at those like smart shower heads. Like, what can you
Yes, with
like
different
water
stands, or
consumption or something?
yeah,
Like,
or those lights LED in the shower heads,
oh yeah,
so
so it
your
makes it
water
look
gets
like,
a color.
yeah, that's it. Like the different temperatures give a different color and that kind of thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Are they cloud connected?
Depends if they have a Tuya chip or
Yeah,
not.
Tuya knows when you're showering.
Yeah, maybe even one with a camera. Who knows?
Well, I wouldn't put it past them.
I would not connect my shower head to the cloud, I guess. But especially with the Tuya chip. But no, there are many funny devices out. Like there was a hand soap dispenser by Amazon
Yeah,
this
I
year
did see that.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are weird devices, but I don't know. I think innovation comes with successes and like not successes, right? And I think the weirdest parts can spark new ideas too. So
Hmm.
that's weird. I don't know.
So I got another home assistancy question for you. This one's from
Oh, yeah.
Bo, and he's asking about migrating ZHA from a combi to the SkyConnect. So this
Yeah.
isn't something that I've actually tested out yet, but I am actually I'm waiting for my fancy SkyConnect. I got the email. Do you have one to hand? Does it glow in the dark as well? Yeah.
Oh, well, no, yes. No.
No. Yes.
Hold on. This is the SkyConnect that's currently being sold, right? You can get. What you are getting is a creator. What I have got here right now in this shiny box is the black edition. So we made
Let me,
a limited edition run.
Let me put you big so everyone can see it.
Oh.
There we go.
So this is a limited edition run, which we created just a couple of to thank everybody who is actively and constantly contributing to Home Assistant and is a member of the organization, no member of the GitHub org. And we've sent one to all our content creators that are part of the Creators Network, which you are. And as a thank you, because, well, it's just, yeah, they're always working and doing amazing stuff, right? And this black edition, the limited edition, is actually with
Glow in the dark.
glow in the dark ink, the logo. But I cannot show it, of course.
Yeah.
But it will light up.
Yeah, I think it was Ed. If you're in the chat, I think it was you that told me about that. I'm still waiting for mine, but here in the UK we've had like a whole bunch of postal strikes and stuff, so I've got so much post just held up. But yeah, how many people watching have gone for a SkyConnect? Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, it does glow in it.
Are you waiting for a SkyConnect? What was it you kept calling it before it was like actually out and then denounced? Do you remember? You kept calling it something. Sky Blue or something. Was it Sky Blue?
Yeah, originally was Sky Blue, was called. It was the working title. I actually have one not hand here. Not at hand. that says SkyConnect on it, which is just a board and it's way bigger and has an external antenna that's not connected. And I work in and like there was the 0.1 version. Yeah, this is what it is
Prototype.
now, and it's I personally like. This is not an advertisement, sorry, but I personally like the form factor a lot. I think it's just yeah, just tiny as it should be.
Yeah, and it's nice that you can actually buy something like official that just works. You know,
Yes, it will just work.
just works.
Yeah, and we thought of little details like the casing is like recyclable, like no plastic stuff in there. We shipped it with a USB extension cord.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever work with Zigbee and Bluetooth, like get that stuff and all the dongles, no matter if it's like this one or any other Sonoff stick or whatever you get, a combi, put an extension cord on them. Really, you should. Um, and just to be like ahead of that, we ship with one because well, you should do that. So it
Yep.
should just be in there. I think that those are the things that I don't know, just because we want it, right?
Yeah.
As a user. So it's just stupid
Why?
if I go
Why
out
did
and
I
buy
hear
my
that
own.
in Paul's voice? Was that the "it just works"? It just works.
It just works.
That needs to be one of your sound effects voices.
It just works.
Yeah. Andy, to answer your question, what was your question?
Oh, it was about ZHA and Combi. Can I
No.
migrate?
No,
Can you use the mic function?
not that one. It's a matter of time until adult toys appear in Zigbee or Bluetooth. I'm sure
Yes.
we've had that conversation before as well, Frank.
Well, I'm not going to tell you what, but you can just
They're there.
Google it, and they are there.
They exist.
And you can integrate them with Home Assistant as well. And
it is a
you
thing.
can
Happy Googling.
happy Googling, have a lot of fun, and yeah. The only thing you can do is stick it where the sun doesn't shine. That's what's pretty like all ages rated expression, right? Anyways, yeah. I saw a question from Bo. Can you migrate from ZHA from a combi to a SkyConnect? I believe you can with ZHA. You can export the radio and then import it again. I believe that works in ZHA for this move. Although the combi is quite proprietary, a little bit different, so I'm not sure if the combi works. But
is that for like a
think
direct migration? Is it?
Yeah. So you can export, make a backup of your Zigbee stick in Home Assistant, and then import it in a different radio, in a different stick again, without repairing everything and such, which is a really cool feature. But yeah, the combi, I believe, I'm not sure. Combi, I'm not sure about. Most most Texas Instrument sticks will work. TI sticks. The combi is a little bit of a
special
weird
one.
Yeah, it's a special one. Yes, definitely.
I've got a few questions here. Thank you, Alex. Alex is curating my questions for me because I just suck in general at keeping up with the comments. They just kind of like flow past. So apologies if you've been missed, but hopefully Alex has scooped them up here for you. So again, you're getting, for some reason, Frank, you're getting all the Home Assistant questions. Who'd have thought it?
That happens, right?
Yeah. So is Home Assistant going to be native local Home Assistant, voice assistant? Going to be a native local voice assistant, I think that is, yeah.
We're talking about
I think this is for next year's voice.
Yeah.
So from my understanding, and by the way, there's like 70 odd people watching here. We've only got 29 likes. Let's drop those likes.
Only 21 likes?
29.
29? Okay, we'll wait here. Hit that like button, bro. We're not continuing until that's done.
Oh, 34?
Yeah. That like button there. Come on.
69 people watching. Giggity giggity.
It's going up. That's good. Yay. Come on, continue. Hit that button. Hit the like button. 45. That's going well. What are you drinking, by the way, Mark? While they're hitting the button, we
so
can talk.
It's
some,
a Copperberg. It's kind of like a sweet. It'll be reversed for you. Sorry. So I'll read it to you. We got time. It's a premium cider.
Oh.
It's a mixed fruit.
I
It's
like
just like
it.
a really sweet drink. So. 51.
I like the sound of it. Hit the like button.
Yeah, there is a threat there that if we don't get more likes, we'll have to play the MarkWattTech song.
I would not play that song. That will kill the likes.
Tank.
Let's not do that.
The likes will go down.
Yeah? How many likes are we at? We'll wait to 60. That should do. Hit the like.
Yeah. Oh, I think Lydius wants to
two more left.
hear the song. Do you want to hear the song?
I can just replay it. I think we're at like 20, 72, 59. We're getting there. We're getting there. Almost there.
One more. Come on. Here we go.
One more.
So yeah, there is a song. Oh, this. Honey, turn off the vibration. The lights are flashing.
60. Thank you. Yay!
Thank you, guys. So back to the question. I think this one is on the year of the voice, and I think what a lot of people, I think, or from the messages that I've had, I think a lot of people are thinking Home Assistant is this year is going to become the next Amazon Echo or Google Assistant, where that's not the case, is it? It's with the year of the voice, it's not about creating this product or service that's going to do those things to compete.
It will not be Alexa. It will not be. Sorry,
Yep.
I should not say that. The voice assistant from a company that also like you can shop at, and the Google thingy. It's not like that. It will not be like that. It's not. Those things are driven by great clouds and many data learning, machine learning, and such. That's not something you could run on your Raspberry Pi at home, right? But if you look at like how we use those devices in general, mostly it's like to command your home, right? It's pretty much a fixed set of things you're shouting at it most of the time. If we can make that a bit more intelligent, like work with permutations and such, I think that would be a great start to get something local. And maybe it cannot answer for you how many steps it is to walk to the moon, which Google can actually answer for you. But that isn't relevant, right? Most of the time. So I think the goal we're going for right now, as far as I have seen at this point, because everything is still like being designed and being prepared and thought about at this point, because the year hasn't started yet. But at least the goals are like make it multi-language and be able to turn on some stuff at your home and turn off stuff at your home and do some announcements and stuff. Like the bare basics of voice assistant. That's where it needs to start. It starts with an MVP. I would probably say that the first version is not even like a device you can shout at. The first version I could probably see he's seeing in the UI or something, or in the app where you have to push a button. Everything has to start somewhere. Building a voice assistant is not something you do overnight. So yeah, we need input. We need people talking to the thing. We need to collect data to learn and train, and many things will come and go with this. So this will take time. It's not being a replacement for. Well, it is a replacement, but it will not be an equal replacement to what Google and she who shall not be named can do.
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah, but that small like subset of domains, your individual smart homey things, your lights, your fans, the small things, the things that you talk to in real life.
Hopefully in the future, a
Yeah.
tissue box. But something.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know?
But this is the year of the voice, right? But we'll see where it goes. I'm excited for where it goes. I'm like, if you know Raspberry, it's going to be interesting, and I'm really looking forward to see it multi-language part in there. I think that will be cool to be able to, like, in my case, I'm Dutch, which is just rare in voice assistants. I cannot use Alexa, for example. Sorry, I just said it again because I'm not used to it. But yeah, it's not in Dutch.
I did a stream when Raspberry first came out. It was like, I think, was that like my like welcome back stream? I think it was the first bit of content I did after being like really ill for like a long period. And in that stream, Mike joined the stream, and I was basically just having a go at setting up the full Raspberry without reading the instructions. I was just like, how simple is it, like, to get it all up and working? And then I obviously had the help of Mike in the chat of doing things, and yeah, I got it working, and I actually called my assistant Frank. So
That's sad. That's just sad.
but it's now Donkey, but it's unplugged, so I can say Donkey, turn off the key light or the office light, and it works. It just
I do
works.
I do like the fact of giving things aliases.
Yeah.
Like, for example, my vacuum cleaner is also like, I can call it by mom.
Mom.
So yeah. Hey, mom, clean the living room. Works. That just still works. Like, even I'm not at home anymore, I can still ask her to clean the living room, and it works.
Wow.
So it's
the more you know.
Just... My dad liked it. She didn't.
Yeah.
But,
I wonder why.
Right. But all these things, like the voice assistants, I'm looking forward to it. It's used a lot here in my home. I would personally, I don't know. I'm excited for it. At the same time, I would personally love to go further in my home automation in such a way that I don't need it at all. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe I would still use it for the overrides.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did that answer your? Well, I don't think it was your question, Alex. It was somebody else's question that you sent me on behalf. But Alex, because you've sent me all those questions, there's now like other questions coming in, and this is what kind of happens with like questionception. You just like miss the scrolling text. So I'm sorry if I didn't answer your question. But I did see you ask me that, Alex. Am I going to mention the giveaway? So in the previous stream, or the previous but one, so not the last one that I just did with Ed, my last solo one, I said that if the video got like more than the previous video with likes, then I'll do a little giveaway. But it didn't. Like, the video got so my second stream got 42 likes and 43 likes, and then the video after that got 42. So we didn't quite make that. Might make the amount. But if you tune in for the next one, there will be a giveaway. And it's for a product that actually this man got to a platinum integration level, which, if you didn't know, is the highest level of an integration for Home Assistant.
So you're not giving away anything this stream?
No, sorry. Why? Well, maybe we should, just because this guy did all the work. It was the Lemetric time.
The Lemetric time. Oh yeah,
it's
that's a cool little
great little device. I was going to try and do that, Frank, but I think I'd like pull my whole desk.
Oh, it's locked. It's my tomato timer right now.
Yeah, that thing. So if you haven't seen one of those, they're like a cool. I guess it's a clock with a.
I guess it's a clock. It's called the Lemetric time. Yes, it's a clock.
It's a clock, and you can customize the face of it with different bits of text and animations and custom notifications, and it's all local.
Yeah, well, not all local. It does need the cloud to get its data, but you can send local notifications to it.
Local notifications, and
yeah. But if you're like, if it displays the weather, obviously you need to connect.
Forget for the weather things, you need the cloud. Same as when people say that they hate the cloud and then they use Amazon Echoes and weather integrations and things like that, which unless you do it all yourself, you got your weather station outside.
True.
But
A kick-ass Pomodoro timer, and he says it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a really cool device. I actually, Bo, if you're still around, in the last stream, you actually asked me what I don't know if it was my favorite or what my most used automation was, but one of them is actually to do with the telemetric notifications. So I literally use that for. I've got a presence sensor for in the office, and when it knows I'm here and the computer's on, then it just assumes I'm sat at my desk, and it will display notifications on the telemetric just because it's like eye-ish level and it's easy to see as opposed to going on my phone or popping up on the computer. And they can be persistent notifications, so they just sit there. So I get things for like this post here, or to say that Rachel's home, or the back door's been left open if the dog comes in and leaves the door open. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite ones. And because you can have the little animation, so you've got a little like person running, or a little dog barking, or a little post thing going in a box.
Notifications are great. It's nice too.
Yeah.
Because it can be persistent too, so you can leave it like that. When you get home or get somewhere, you see it like even later on. I think that's cool because it just have a central place in the house where it's shown.
Yeah. Automation. Rachel's home. Close incognito browser tabs.
Well, that works.
Yeah.
It's a nice device, but so pricey, Smart Home Junkie says. That's true, Ed.
It is.
The device is... That's the thing I don't like about it. It's too darn pricey.
Yeah.
I do like it. That's the stupid thing about it. It's a pricey, nice gadget.
Yeah.
But it's not needed. So it's a hard one.
Yeah. A pricey, nice gadget.
Yeah.
It is a very nice nice gadget, and since you updated it, Frank, and added all the extra bits, like it's even nicer.
Yeah, it kind of works now. I'm still not happy with it, by the way. I still think I should do a bit more. But
yeah, I remember you saying that there's still a few bits.
There's still work to be done there.
I need to get you one of these.
Why? You want me to build something for that too?
Yeah, I want more.
I still want to build so many things.
So I've there's not like a nice integration for this. So I'm just like doing some commands, like just rest calls to get it to like turn on and off. But I'm not actually doing that at the minute either, because I've got it plugged into a smart power strip, and it's just plugged into a USB port on that, and I just turn off the USB ports and then it goes on and off. But yeah, you can, with the API, you can do lots of things. Like set the background, send text to it, adjust the brightness, all the things that you'd expect with a display, I guess.
That should be doable. We should talk. Send me one.
I'll get
them to send me one. I will do an unboxing on stream too. Like,
Rachel is in the chat, Alex. Yeah. Hans is missing videos about Wear OS integration with Home Assistant. I am not an Androidy person. I've tested out Wear OS like a few times just to play with it, and like I've had a few people ask me how you do these things, and yeah, I don't have it on, but Apple Watch. So I'm not sure. Do I have a link for what was that? Was that for the metric time? I think it was the metric time. Could drop an affiliate link.
You know what the favorite feature is about metric time in this home? Well,
what's that?
I'm going to show it. You'll be able to.
Oh, the screen behind me. Yeah. I will find it for you now, sir. So it's by a company called Oh, by the way, this thing, how we were just saying, expensive, nice things. This is an expensive, nice gadget. I think they're like £150. But again, it's one of those like expensive, nice things. But if we can get Frank one, then it might be an expensive, nice thing that works in Home Assistant.
Well, those are the things that are generally
It's an ESP in there.
Oh, that's even better.
One thing that what I didn't like about this when I got it was it looked like, and it really bugged me. So if you do buy one of these, make sure you don't do this. It looks like there's a screen protector on it, and I was like, why can't I get it off? And it's like the edges of it are right under the like plastic bezel, and I actually took the whole thing apart just to try and get this screen protector off, but it's not a screen protector. Don't do that.
So it's a screen protector that's not meant to be removed, right?
Yeah. It's you don't pull it off. So yeah. But you can, because it is just an ESP, you can actually make these things yourself. And there is some, I've seen one on Reddit. But yeah, it's just like a pixel matrix, and yeah, you can do those things. But the nice thing about this one is obviously because somebody else has made it, it's all done for you. You just plug it in and it works. There's an app. You can draw things. You can set like don't know, bits of text or whatever you want on there. You can have notifications, alerts, clocks, whatever you want. But this thing is expensive but nice. And you can reverse it as well, so it looks proper in the stream.
Yeah, we saw that.
Which the main
We see it.
the main part.
It looks amazing.
And Alex was asking before about the time on it was wrong. It's because I have it set to a 12-hour clock. I think that was.
So this is in our home the most featured feature of telemetric time.
The Christmas countdown.
7 days left to Christmas.
Do you have any cool Christmas automations or Christmassy devices that like come out once a year?
No. So actually, I cleaned up my installation last Friday because I was like, let's do this on stream. So I'm like recreate and like look forward to and try to explain things and like get everything modernized and such. So besides all climate controls, like automations, I deleted everything. So I don't have any automations that are worth it at this point.
It's like that thing, the plumber's house always leaks.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. That's my house.
Yeah.
And it actually leaks. The plumber has been before the weekend. Which is not even like a joke. But yeah. Somebody's asking what's my favorite automation. That's like a very default question. I don't know. I like many of them. One of my favorite ones was actually like leaving the home, and when I arm the alarm, it will check if the vacuum cleaner has run, and if not, it will, like send it out to clean the home while we're gone. And if it would return before it was done, because I was just going to a shop next door or something, and disarm the alarm again, it will send back the vacuum cleaner back to its docking station really quick. Just because like we're getting home and it shouldn't bother us.
Yeah.
I think that's just like those are a vacuum cleaner is probably the best thing you can buy for your home automation, by the way. Not even like turning lights on and off. Like if you want like partner approval factor through the roof, like get a vacuum cleaner and just make the darn thing run. Unless you have puppies, like if they shit on somewhere and the vacuum cleaner goes over it, it's a mess. You should not do that, but otherwise, yes, the vacuum cleaner is definitely the best thing to buy, I would say.
I actually don't use any automations with my vacuums at the minute. I went through a series of like testing out a bunch of different like robot vacs, and then with COVID, obviously everyone's home anyway, so those previous automations that I'd have, like the one you've got there with when you leave the house, nobody was leaving the house, so it just didn't make sense to have those automations and stuff. So I've never really gone back to them. They are useful, and I have planned to add them, but yeah, like again, like I've been working from home, and so the robot just wasn't going out, so it's more of a
That didn't work.
It's been more of a manual thing, but it has been one that I've meant to maybe with the new calendars, I might come up with some kind of schedule or something for it.
Yeah, you could maybe like combine it, right? If it's not run, like if it didn't find a moment to run, like undisturbedly while you're gone, then maybe it should announce like, "Hey, we're going to run anyway." Well,
Yeah.
like a fallback.
Yeah. I always have mine set on like whatever like the big turbo max function
Yeah.
is, you know, so it's like as loud as it can be, but you
Yes.
want it to do the best job, especially with my dog. If you use it on those lower settings, it's not really worth it, really.
I used to have it on the night, on the lowest setting.
Hmm.
I don't know. I
That
stopped doing that.
I turned mine off, like don't let it go out at night, because went through a series of stages where it would go out and then you just hear banging around downstairs, like what is that?
Just hear it banging around.
It happened
You
the other
reviewed
week.
one lately, by the way. Are you using it?
Which one?
Oh, you have multiple. Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, which one am I using? Was that?
Yeah.
So there's been two that I actually did videos on because I
Yeah.
actually really liked them and actually would rate them. One is the last robot vacuum I did, which is the Depot X1 Omni, and this thing is like the most premium, again expensive but nice, like most premium robot vacuum that I've seen. Like the dock for it is like a monster. Like this thing is huge, but it does lots of things that I haven't seen on a robot vacuum before. Like and do you know when robot vacuums offer like a mopping feature? Usually it's like the equivalent of something that there was an afterthought, and it basically is the equivalent of you getting a baby wipe and just
Yeah.
sellotaping it on the back and just letting the robot
Yeah.
drag it around.
Yeah.
But this thing has proper like spinning mops that like are pressed down
wow.
and they actually clean the floor, like to a degree. So
Like to a degree.
yeah, well,
That
like
sounds good.
it's like
You're selling it now.
yeah, like it's the best mopping vacuum that I've used. No,
Ah.
I don't want to say it's the best thing and you should go and buy one. Like but it's a good one. It's expensive though. And then the other one is another one that I did a video on, was the controversial brand at the minute, but it was one of Eufy's ones.
Yeah, but does it have a camera?
No, it doesn't.
Then you're safe.
Oh. Yeah, it was the gosh, what was it?
Oh boy.
What was that? The name of that one? Was it like the X? Yeah, Eufy X8. That was it. But that was a really nice robot vacuum. Like in terms of its suction power, like it sucked good.
It sucks. Okay.
Yeah. So
Good to know.
yeah, what are you using for your one?
I have the Xiaomi Roborox, which are just cheap and they're pretty much like doing a great job. So I'm pretty happy with those. But those have like the wiper, drag around a wiper as a mop kind of deal.
I do have a third one that's in here actually. I have a Xiaomi one that's in my office, and it's just for the office. Because like it annoys me when these robots just like come in and you're trying to stream or you're trying to do something. So yeah, my office has a dedicated one. So
I like the Xiaomi's because they're just affordable.
mm.
I think for that price you get something that does not like dance in your room, bouncing around, but actually like figures out a path and has lidar and lidar, and actually works pretty okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I would generally personally recommend them, especially because you can use them locally in Home Assistant too. Well, I think that's okay. They're okay. Like you buy a cheap device, it's not, but still, it's I like them.
On topic with robot vacuums, there's a question there about the Trifo Emma. So if you've never heard of Trifo, they're a company that create robot vacuums, and they actually create very cool and also very premium looking robot vacuums. And I first discovered Trifo. I went to the Gadget Show, and they had this brand new robot vacuum, and at the time it was the Trifo Max. And it was this really cool robot vacuum that had all these cool AI things. And one strange thing about it, because at the time, this was like years and years ago, but it was one of the first robot vacuums that I saw that had a camera on it. But the camera was like angled on the front, like looking up. And it was like if you looked at it through like the viewfinder, it's like
Was it a peeper?
Yeah, like it's like why is the camera there? But like yeah. Um
Oh man, I need that thing for the summer.
yeah, and then they brought out some other models. One of them was the Trifo Lucy and the Trifo Emma. And the Trifo Lucy it looks great, but like this thing just I couldn't recommend it because I bought one and it had to go back because it just didn't work. And then Trifo actually reached out to me about like testing out some of their products, and I was like, okay, you know what, like I'll give it another go. And no, like this is the Lucy, by the way. I know you mentioned the Emma there, so I've not used the Emma. But yeah, the second Lucy that I had just also wasn't good, and it's got a big camera on the front. But whenever I spoke to Trifo about because when I'm working with companies or speaking to them, that's the first thing that I'm always saying. It's like, hey, how can we get this into Home Assistant, or what are your plans for local integration or any kind of API that can be used? And these guys were like, yeah, we're doing all of that. And this was like 2 years ago now. And with the Lucy, you can probably still find them. They had so many like adverts for all these cool features it had, and one of the cool features was a like a scout mode where you could draw a path, and the robot would just patrol around. And if it saw anybody, it would send you like a notification and an alert, and you could trigger automations and stuff based on it. And that was cool, but it's
That reminds you could use it for when you're home alone, the movie.
yeah,
like
exactly.
that train with the human on it behind the curtain, but then you can use your vacuum now, so you don't have to
Yeah,
make the
but
rails.
no, that feature just doesn't exist. And when I asked them about that feature, because they did videos and stuff for it as well. I don't know if it's out now because I'm not using it, but I'm pretty sure it's not. But when I asked them about that, they answered like every question but that one. So it was like false advertisement. But yeah. So your question there. Sorry about the tangent. Your question about the Trifo Emma into Home Assistant is probably going to be a no because yeah, they just. I mean, yeah, whenever I've spoken to them, they haven't. But if you wanted it specifically in Home Assistant, you can link it up with your Amazon Echo. So if you wanted to, you could fire commands at your Echo with Home Assistant and get it to start and stop, or change its settings and whatever. So using the she that must not be named integration. But yeah,
Someone in the chat says, I'm sick of my robot vacs getting stuck on the furniture. I'm so happy that all my furniture is just too darn low for that to happen. So I don't have that issue. That's why I like it probably. But
yeah. One cool thing about that the first vacuum I mentioned, the X1 Omni, it can like 3D map furniture and things in your house, which is actually really cool because you can do things like say, hey, go and clean behind the sofa, and it knows like where the sofa is, and it will go to it. That's quite cool. Yeah.
set a forbidden zone so that furniture it will not go into. That's a good tip, by the way. Probably
Like no-go zones and stuff like that.
no
I
go
ha-
zones. Yeah.
I had to do that around the dog's water bowl, because it would like just like it wouldn't see the water bowl, and it would just like hammer that thing around, and it would like kind of push it, but it was hard enough that like the water would slosh, so there would just be water everywhere. Yeah. Somebody managed to crack their Roborock trying to pull it from under the furniture. Oh god.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I have 3D printed leg extensions for my quiet car. For my car to avoid that. Like you could just maybe just print an extension for your vacuum cleaner.
Did you
That would be
did you see the one on Reddit that somebody did? It was like an automation that made the couch like lift up. So when the robot went out, the couch lifted up and the robot could clean
No
under
way.
it. Yeah, I'll have to link you that later. Yeah. But I mean that's a really cool thing to do and to build, but like it just wouldn't work in a house where you've got kids because someone's either going to get crushed or that thing is going to get like broken or like yeah. Kids just find a way to
People
do those
make
things.
so many cool things. I like, especially on Reddit. There's much choice to find on
Like genius
on things
automations.
like genius automation. Stupid things people do. I'm going to call it out like that.
Yeah.
although some are quite genius. But yeah, it's just why.
Can you think of
I
any
don't know.
good ones that you've seen?
Hmm? Sorry?
Alex said, "If the kid gets stuck under the sofa, it's a life lesson."
Oh
Yeah.
boy, I should not laugh.
You'll only
That's
do it
good.
once. So Ed has a Roborock.
I have to
Yeah,
clean
so
out.
that the one that I was talking about, the X1, that's got one of those docking stations where it will like park up and empty itself. So I don't know how many times it actually can do it. It depends how much fluff like comes off of Casper throughout the days. But yeah, you end up having to just take out a dust bag as opposed to emptying the robot every time. So
Right.
it's quite nice, but you still have to do maintenance and stuff on it because if it doesn't empty properly, it doesn't tell you. So then you get that whole thing of where the robot just goes round and it actually spreads dust.
It doesn't suck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't
but
suck.
sucks.
Yeah. Robot vacuums don't work great when the cats leave mouse body parts and bird wings around.
Running around as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or if you just
Googling for robot vacuums and dog poo is, by the way, seriously enjoying like
Yeah.
an hour full of joyful content,
yeah,
including YouTube.
yeah, or like when
Absolutely.
it just like pushes like a mouse under your sofa or something rather than sucking it up, so it just pushes it under there and leaves it. Yeah.
The smelly. No, I actually have to ask for some advice, I guess. Like this ceiling, there's a room above it, and we had one before, but as of today, there's like.
Ah, well.
So, I need your
Ed,
advice.
you're here in the channel.
I'm going to place a trap tomorrow first, I guess.
Yeah.
They cannot get anywhere else. It's an extension of the home.
That's what you think.
Well, yes.
They'll find a
Well, that's
way.
what I hope.
Yeah.
Well, they will always find a way. Mouse are everywhere.
Yeah, Ed.
But yeah.
Frank is in need of your assistance.
Yeah. I'm just a fact. A cat fixes that real good. I have a cat, and she is just listening and looking up and thinking, "Well, this is warm and cozy. Need a fireplace."
Yeah.
Call me. I will call you Ed.
Mouse busters. I think Ed's solution was like rip all the ceiling down. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Or well, the ceiling has to go, by the way, but that's a different story.
Yeah, we
Get some isolation in.
Yeah, we went through Ed's like whole story in detail in the last stream.
I heard it. I looked at it.
Yeah,
It was cool.
Yeah, at first he thought it was the toilet, and no,
This is not a toilet, Ed.
this is not the toilet.
Toilets don't walk on my ceiling.
Can you hear them like scratching about then?
Yeah, they're just like running and scratching about above. Like, it's not. They're going right there. I'm sure if it's one or two. Sounds like two. So I hope they don't build a nest.
And so it begins.
Act quickly.
Yeah.
Anyways, that.
I don't know what the
I
actual thing is to get rid of them. Some smart home solution.
But just an old-fashioned mousetrap. Those things are just a buck or something, and just put some cheese or peanut butter on it, and just wait for it. Check it. Now and then, or else it starts to smell like a toilet, and that should be avoided. Yeah.
You could have a contact sensor on the on the trap.
My alarm system, actually, I got a Verisure alarm system still at this point, actually supports digital mouse traps, so you can actually
really?
order mouse traps from them, and they can like count or trap mouses, I believe. There's a mouse counter in the API because I worked on that thing. But yeah,
that's crazy. the things that people just add in
your alarm system. I'm not sure why it's in an alarm system, but I don't know.
So Ed's got some ultrasonic and electromagnetic devices.
To scare them away. I don't want to scare them. I would get rid of them. At least from my house. Ultrasonic. I don't know. I will be afraid that I'm going to hear subconsciously, maybe even. Just like those beepers people have sometimes in their car or I'm not sure what's called in English, to scare some of the animals away that will like hide under your hood and chew on
Yeah,
your
yeah,
cables and such. I
yeah.
just can hear them. Just I hear them, and that's just not fun.
Yeah, I don't really think it's like mice and stuff here. It's like squirrels are one. Um, like in the schools and stuff. Like chewing the cables or whatever. Yeah. So some advice from Ed: poisoning them is not the way. They will rot in the ceiling.
Yes, I know. And also, I have a cat, but I don't want the cat
Is
to
it
find it.
easy to get into your ceiling?
No,
Oh.
no, it's like a wooden panels, and it's if you start breaking it, you have to take it all out. You cannot like take part of it out. And I want to get rid of it, but it was not planned for this year. We want to like do some rebuilding next year to get isolation in here. That's the most important part. And the windows needs replacement too. The window frames. So we want to do that in one go because they connect. That was the idea, but I'm not sure how to. There are lights in here in the ceiling, like this little light there, this little dot. That's a light. I'm not sure if it's visible, but anyway, there are lights there, and I could like pop them out, and that's a hole where I can put a mice trap in.
That's gonna be your entryway in.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try tomorrow. They smell awful when they rot. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, do you have any big plans for next year? Like, what are you going to do?
In general, or like with
Yeah.
YouTube, or
Yeah, with your channel and your adventures and.
So
like,
I recently switched jobs. So I went from being a software developer to a sysadmin, and I might be swapping back to being a software developer with a new job.
Why?
So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Like there's lots of things happening at the minute, so that's also why I haven't been doing like regular content, just because I'm so busy and stuff with everything. But yeah, maybe changing role and becoming a software developer again, but we'll see. We'll have to see what happens kind of in the new year. But in terms of my channel and things that I do with my channel, I'm just gonna kind of keep going and try and get back on track with like getting videos out. And one nice thing about it is the fact that I get to just create content on things that I enjoy and like my hobbies, or if there's like a project that I want to do for my house that's interesting, I can kind of like two birds in one stone and create a video on it as well.
How do you come up with the topics then? Like in general, do you have like a strategy for that? Do you like mind map or?
No. So I was talking to Ed a bit about the whole like creative process, because Ed was saying he like writes a script and does the research and stuff. So I never use a script, and actually every single video that I've ever done is never all done on the same day. Like
Yeah, you told me that was impressive, by the way.
yeah. It's all like cut throughout like over the series of a few days, mainly because my younger
If you guys haven't seen it, you should watch the last live stream with Ad, the smart home junkie, because Mark explained what he did. It's like next time I'm watching you, I know I'm looking for
looking for where
the switches
where it
between
changes.
multiple
Yeah,
days.
a little key is usually like the hairstyle, like but yeah, I'll try and
amazing.
I'll try and keep it consistent. But yeah, like I have young children, and they often don't sleep through or don't sleep in all the time, so they'll be like coming in, or I have to go and sort the dog out, and when you go away from like filming and then go and do something, sometimes it's hard to come back into it and get into the zone. So often I'll be like, I'll turn it off and I'll finish it another day, or stuff happens. So yeah, if you want to know more about my creative process, I talked a bit about it in the previous stream, so go and check that out. But yeah, I've got a few projects in mind and a few things that I've got planned, and then I kind of have like a backlog of things where I've started projects, and like I've meant to go back to them, but again, it's like the last few months, probably like the last 6 months, really. It's been very hard. Staying on top of like content and doing things and just like family life and work life. So yeah, hopefully next year that will get easier, I guess. Yeah, I'll just get back into the swing of it, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have anything that I can really share. More Home Assistant things, which is nice. I get a nice video that I can engage
I'm
with
not
my
sure if you
community
ever
about
told. I can't remember, but how did you end up like
with Home
starting
Assistant.
a YouTube channel is a big step, right? And
Yeah.
then doing that, and it's really intensive, and I'm really admiring what you do. And the same for Ed, like scripting it all out and such. That's 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 not me, but I really admire you guys doing that work. But how did you get into like Home Assistant, and how did that end
Yeah.
up
So
like being
yeah,
a
yeah.
YouTube channel for
So
like actually like
yeah,
how?
so with the whole video thing, like I don't script them. I kind of say I think of a title and then I'm like, okay, that's what I've got, and then you have the start of the video and the end of the video, and everything else I make up over my multiple days of just doing things. And if it's something I don't know, I guess I have to learn, or if it's something that I don't know, usually I'll spend a bit of time figuring it out or working on it before I actually release the video, because there's nothing worse than if you were to just create a video and then you get 30 comments of somebody saying, hey, I'm getting this error or I'm stuck with this, and then you can't help them because you don't know the answer. So I always try and be like prepared with that. But how I actually got into Home Assistant was I'd used Home Assistant like I can't remember the specific version, but it was in its very like early days, like early on Home Assistant, like I think it was before like it was all like Lovelacy.
Lovelace was 0.83, I believe, on 96.
Yeah,
No, not 96. Way before that.
yeah.
63, 68, something.
So I think maybe it had just come out, but I'd used it and I can't remember what devices I was using at the time, but I couldn't get them to work properly, and I was just like, nah, I'll leave this thing. I'll go back to what I was doing. So originally, before actually finding Home Assistant and using Home Assistant, I had all these different smart devices, and I'd be like, oh, it'd be cool if I had an interface on my computer where I could control all of these different services with this thing that I created. So I started writing my own like little tool to do that. And it had its own like quirky things that it could do. And actually, funnily enough, it actually had its a very limited voice assistant that I started creating. The tool was called Amy, and it stood for All Marks Information. Maybe I'll do a video on it one day on Amy.
That would be cool.
Because it still exists, but it's a little tool that I started writing, and it could connect to these different services. A lot of them were all cloud based. There wasn't like any Zigbee things in there, but it was all these different APIs, and they're all linked together. And I could turn off a light, and it would turn off, and I could do those things. But then I was like, man, this is an absolute pain in the ass to have to write all of this stuff, like, and then try and sometimes you'd need to know the state, if the state changed, and then if somebody changed the app or something, it would like change it in the app, it wouldn't update in my thing, and I'd get all these weird out of sync problems. And then I was like, I need a solution that will do this for me, and that's where I came back to Home Assistant. And yeah, never left.
That's apparently.
I did
what-
try other things as well, like at that time, like OpenHab and
Yeah, I
stuff.
did too.
But like, I was like, nah. Like, I found that like maybe it was difficult. I can't remember what my reasoning for it was, but Home Assistant just worked, and like sticking it on the Pi, and yeah, it just worked.
Nah. Well, yes, well, it just works, but not exactly like that.
Yeah,
right?
not just like
Then-
that. I mean, those were the days when if you had written some
Yeah.
YAML wrong, or something wasn't quite right, or you added an integration that didn't work as expected, if you restarted Home Assistant, that was it. Like, Home Assistant was dead.
It was that.
Yep.
Yes. definitely.
Yeah.
It will not respond anymore. I had Z-Wave, like the old Open Z-Wave at the time, and everything was going through YAML, like all of it. And you could not live reload it anyway. So the only way to like, if you made a change to your configuration, you had to restart.
Full reboot every time.
Yes, you had like full restart Home Assistant fully, like every time you made a little tiny change. And with the Open Z-Wave in Home Assistant, that took 15 minutes on my Pi. So it was like, and it wasn't even excessive. It was just what it was at the time. And like change your automation and then restart and wait 15 minutes to discover it's broken. That was just
Yeah.
epic.
Yeah.
Let's do
It
this
was
again.
painful.
No,
I remember
it
when
was painful.
it came out where the check configuration, like where you could do that, where it wouldn't restart if something was broken, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, game changer.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we have save mode now and
Yep.
many live reloading, and it will take just a couple seconds. So a lot of things improved over time. That's definitely for sure. But cool to think about where it came from. I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What made you go into like
YouTube.
a YouTube channel at that point?
Yeah,
What
so
triggered that?
so I kind of got into Home Assistant, and I was doing, I guess, like what other people do, just like browse like the forums, and this was like just before COVID started kicking off, really. So I was actually off work just before COVID like all happened and everything shut down. And I think I was just on the Home Assistant forum one day, and I saw somebody like asking for help with something. And I like wrote like, oh, this is what you do, and blah blah blah. And they were like, oh, could you show me like how to do that? And it was like so many screenshots, and I was like, oh, I'll just create like a quick video. And the video was literally, hey, if you go here, if you click this and then do this, then you'll see this, and then press OK, and then you're done. And they were like, wow, thank you. Like, I'll have to try and find that post. It wasn't done with my MarkWattTech account though. That's why it's not linked to that. So it'll be like another account I had. But yeah, that video, like lots of people liked it, and they were like, hey, yeah, make another one. And then I was like, oh, this was fun. Like getting loads of people tell you like that you helped them and enjoyed it. And yeah, I went from there. And then came my first video. So yeah, I had all these
Which is,
ideas.
still pinned on YouTube chat, by the way.
Do you know what?
If you're looking for it.
Yeah, it's pinned in the chat. Thank you, Alex. One thing, Johnny just noticed that my sweater is mirrored. Yeah, that's also why I don't wear branded things in my videos as well. It's usually just a plain thing so that this doesn't happen. But it's my whole
What is?
the mirroring thing. We're going back to that.
Oh, right.
Oh, I lost my train of thought then because that came that came in. I totally forgot what I was saying. Damn it, Johnny. Yeah. I recently put a screen above my main screen, which is really nice for video editing. So you can have that as like a full screen edit and then this big giant timeline. But it's also nice for streaming now because I've got like stuff on. I think. Do you have the G9 monitor? What you've got big ultra wide?
No, yeah, older, but something like that,
Ah,
like
okay.
a ultra wide
Yeah.
Samsung thingy, which is 43 inches wide.
Ah, okay.
It's a huge thing.
Yeah, so I got the giant 49 Neo, and then I put the screen above that, so I get a big giant timeline and then a nice video on the top. But it's nice for stuff like this because I can have the actual live feed at the top there, and I can see some of the messages, which is probably also why I keep missing a lot of them. So if you see me looking up there, that's what I'm doing. And as I was talking, Johnny interrupted, and yeah.
I do have a screen up there above my monitor, which is where I see myself.
Oh.
I can wave at myself.
And just check that you're still there.
No, but it helps to. It's actually positioned like directly behind my lens, so it's a little bit overlapping. So I
Okay.
actually can I'm looking at when I look at myself right now talking, I'm talking to you, and it's kind of a way for me to force myself, or force I don't know, a way to talk a bit into the lens without looking just
directly into my eyes.
without looking into like a black little point there, which is nothing. I'm actually talking to what I believe
Yourself.
is myself at least, but but it's something you can look at and it also is like a cue or like how this the image looks. But yeah, it helps me with looking at my
What are your
plants a bit.
what are your streaming tips for me then, Frank? Because you're a
Your
big time
streaming
streamer.
tips. I'm not a big time streamer. uh, have fun. That's at least the thing I work with. You have to enjoy yourself. Like if you're not enjoying what you're doing, you cannot sell it, right? If you want to sell happiness, you have to believe it yourself
Sell
too.
that happiness.
Kind of deal. You cannot like Anchor tried to sell something that didn't exist, didn't work out either, right? Yeah,
Does this help sell happiness if we have this?
I'm not. Yeah. Well, for some people it does. Cats or dogs. I don't see it, by the way.
Are you a cat person or a dog person?
Am I a cat? Sorry, I heard
cat
two
person.
streams now. I'm a cat person.
You jumped
Yeah.
on my stream.
Yeah.
person or a dog
Sorry,
person?
the audio came in and that confused me for a bit. But yes, no, I'm a cat person myself.
Oh,
But yes, I'm sorry.
that's okay. I wouldn't really say I'm a cat or a dog person. Which don't let my dog hear that. No,
I grew up with dogs, so I know what it is to have one.
My dog is my first ever dog, and yeah, I had cats, but cats don't like do all that much, do they? They're independent creatures, but
yeah,
they can be
somewhat maybe.
affectionate.
No, yeah, they are affectionate, but they're also like on their own a bit. That's a bit of like they're generally need less care. You can just go away for a day without worrying about them and such, right?
Mm.
They're still there. I don't know, but in the end, like, yeah, cats or dogs. I don't know. I grew up with dogs. I have cats now.
Yeah,
I guess that makes me a cat person.
Vic said huskies are the most cat-like dogs out there. So
Huskies are the most cat-like dogs. Is this the Dr. Mark's stream? Nope.
No.
Why? I've been on Dr. C's once.
Oh, I think it was because I was pressing all of my buttons.
Oh, right. He does that too, right?
I think so.
I know.
Yeah.
I knew when he does, but I knew when he started streaming that he was like, "How do you do that?" Not
Yeah.
hard. Do this and that, and then that's how he started out doing all that.
I met Dr. Z's in the creator meetings. That's where I met Dr. Z's. That was cool. I was like, oh my god, it's Dr. Z's. And he was like, he was driving back like from work, like just tuning into the meetings. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
He is. He's a lovely guy. Yeah. It's always amazing to work with him in general. He did like not last year, but
he sells happiness.
he sells happiness. No, but it's you. All of this, like what you're doing and what Ed is doing, and all the YouTube creators and the podcast guys and the bloggers and everybody in helping out on the forums and like the whole community, like everybody that is trying to help in some way, they enjoy doing that, or else you cannot do this. You cannot seriously mean like for Mark, for example, right now that side, I believe.
I'm this side. Yeah.
Yes, I own this side. Well, you cannot make like 139 videos in 2 years if you're not liking what you're doing, or you will not keep up. That's simply not possible. So yes, you're doing something you like, right?
Yeah, something that I enjoy. Like I'm taking my hobby and like sharing it, I guess.
Share the love.
Share the love. Yeah, and it's like a community of like-minded people. So yeah, it's nice.
Definitely.
It's a great place to be.
It is. I think it is. There's always like, I don't know. Today I come across somebody who wasn't happy because he got a response he didn't like. But there's always things that are like going well or not. But in general, I think where the whole community is just amazing. There's so many places to go, and maybe chat doesn't like fit you well, and maybe the Reddit is better, or go to the forums, or maybe you like watching the YouTube videos, or there are many Discord servers around that maybe you enjoy better one or the other. Like there's a lot of people doing this, and it's finding your group of people maybe kind
Yeah.
of deal. I'm not sure if that's the correct.
Did I think I told you, Frank, because I think I messaged Paulus about it. Like the job that I have now as a sysadmin, I actually took Home Assistant Yellow with me to the interview as like a talking point type thing. But funnily enough, the pre-interview that I just had, the guy that I was talking to, like as we sat down, he said, before we start talking about the job, can I just talk to you about some Home Assistant things?
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and then one of the other things he said was, "Oh, my son's like Home Assistant stopped working, and he was talking to a guy like in the community, like Frank or something like that." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I know Frank." And he was like, "Yeah, this guy's broken my son's Home Assistant."
Mm. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, what did you do, Frank?
Not on purpose.
Yeah, not on purpose. But yeah, there's Home Assistant everywhere. And I also went to a conference, and there was maybe the guys in the chat now. I'm sorry, I forgot what your name was. But he kept looking at me, like every time I walked past him, like giving me a look, and I was like, oh, this guy keeps looking at me. And then he came and stood next to me, and he was like, I know you. And I was like, oh. And he's like, yeah, you're that guy from YouTube. So
Nice.
yeah, that was
I
one of
had
my-
one. I had one of that. I had a couple of those occurrences as well. The most epic one was when I changed fiber provider.
Ah, I think you
Uh, s-
told me this. Yeah.
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 So there was a guy here, and I need a different terminator here, and it was provided by the provider. So they came to install it because they had to change or whatever. But it doesn't matter. Like I terminated myself now, but still the guys come in, and that's what they do, right?
Yeah.
And a guy comes in and opens the door, and he looks at me really weird, and then he goes to like the utility closet where all the stuff is, and um, he opens the door, and then he sees like the Home Assistant blue there and all this stuff, and stickers like devices with Home Assistant stickers on it and such. And then he turned around, and then now I know for sure who you
Mm.
are. And he started talking, and he was like, "You're going on and on and on and on." Like it was a job for 10 minutes, and he was here almost like 45 minutes, and he was just explaining me how Home Assistant was working. Like it was just, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but no, but it was just an odd feeling for me. It was weird to experience that. Like that guy was a whole like a groupie behavior, but at the same time, he was trying to explain me how things work on things that I built, which was like pretty pretty awkward. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was an odd experience.
Uh,
But yeah, at
Yeah.
least he made it all work and ensured it all worked before he left. So that's good.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining me today, Frank.
Yeah, no problem.
So,
So may I have before we end this thing?
before we wrap this all up,
Well, we'll wrap this all up, right? What is your wishes for 2023?
for Home Assistant or for real
Whatever.
life?
I don't care.
um
What are you going for 2023? What is it? What Santa has to put under your tree, under your Christmas tree there, so you
I
can unwrap it, like even if it's Node or
I really want one of
certificate.
those Wave XLRs now that you've told me about it, because I was thinking of getting one of
No.
those. But see, I have all the other Elgato things, so
Well, they worked well together. That's
yeah,
for
like
sure.
I'm in the ecosystem,
Yeah,
so they got me. But maybe
cloud-based.
maybe if
Well, whatever.
maybe if Elgato's watching and you wanna
Do
hook your boy
you
up,
have the green screen too?
I do.
Like you use a green screen at the time, so
Yeah, yeah,
roll up one. That
yeah.
thing is great.
I did want the like big pull down ceiling one, but Rachel was not happy about putting big holes in the ceiling and having a giant thing there. Although you can take it down when you're not using it. So yeah, I've got the pull up ones. They're really nice and it's good quality.
Definitely.
They're
like it too.
expensive, but like they're well worth it. I don't know really. What would I have for my wish list? I'd have to think about it. I'm waiting for my SkyConnect. I'm looking forward to that because I'm just about to set up a new like mini PC with Proxmox and stuff. So I wanted to use the SkyConnect on that and have that as a thing. And I'm also still waiting for a compute module for my yellow. I want the 8 gig one for my setup.
The CM4.
Yeah. Or the Pi 5.
Will it be? They posted like a
I saw that. Yeah.
Well, let's hope so.
I don't know.
Let's hope so. There's a coming up Pi 5. I hope it's compatible.
Yeah, that'll be the thing now. I don't know. They're quite good with keeping things in the same footprint and size, but yeah.
Well, it hasn't been.
Yeah. One thing that I did get the other day was I got Lewis's sensor.
Oh, the EP1.
Yeah, but I didn't realize this was just me misreading it. When I like clicked buy on it, I thought it was the full thing, so I thought it meant like you get the full case and everything, but they're separate, and it says it in text like it's separate, and I was like, damn it, I waited ages for this with like the postal strikes and stuff.
Lewis, fix it.
Yeah, no, that was me misreading it. It clearly states it, so if you're planning on getting one of those, make sure you also buy the 3D.
Do you only have the board or just missing the case?
Just so I've got everything. I'm just missing the enclosure.
The case. The enclosure.
Yeah, which I could print myself, but I just sold my 3D printers because I didn't use them. How ironic.
Bummer.
Yeah.
How ironic, yeah.
But no, I
haven't got one. If you bought one of those EP1s from Lewis, by the way, from Everything Smart Home, be sure to update it when you receive it with the latest firmware. There is a bug in there. He left the web server on and the Bluetooth proxy. Those two don't mix well together, so it will crash over time because of memory issues, probably. So if you get that, just update it to the latest. Make sure you update it to the latest firmware. He updated the firmware that it is available.
You put a post out of it. Was it today? Yeah. Yesterday? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So be sure to update. Yeah.
I mentioned that everything that goes out now is updated, but yeah, if yours is en route, like in the mail or something, or you received it and haven't used it yet, or already got one in production, just be sure to update it.
Yeah. What about you, Frank? What's on your wish list?
I don't know. Many things. I'm really looking forward to the Reolink doorbell.
I've been waiting so long for mine. I was talking to Ed about this because Ed actually just
had one.
Ed's actually just done a video, so if you're interested in checking out the Reolink doorbell, go and check out the Smart Home Junkie on YouTube. His latest video is all about this doorbell.
I originally wanted maybe to go for UV, but that quickly became not an option anymore. After all the drama online, in case you missed it, Google UV security, and pretty sure you will find lots of drama. I'm picking up a new beer, by the way, because
Linus kickstarted that one, didn't he?
Well, actually, security researcher did.
Oh yeah.
By the way, this one looks great.
One?
By the way, hop on the bandwagon.
Imperial IPA.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was whole drama, and the Reolink looks like a good choice, but I cannot get one.
Yeah, I've been waiting long time. Still waiting. So yeah, if you're in the UK, it's still not here. So.
Yeah, and if you're from Reolink, send me one. I will happily review it and unpack it on stream and play with it. Like, it's just hard to get it, but I feel like it's one of the devices that has a good potential to be a good go-to video doorbell for people in the community.
If you check the chat now, Alex has just kindly shared Ed's video there, the Smart Home Junkie. So go and check that out.
Yep, that's a good one to check out.
Yeah.
No, and otherwise, I'm looking forward to this year. It's the year of the voice. There's a lot of UI stuff coming, but that looks very interesting. Yeah, I
I
still have.
absolutely love from this year, like all the color that's like added into it.
Yep, that was great.
Mm,
That was definitely good, and I'm not sure what else. I'm curious to figure out or find out what's going to happen with all the Matter stuff. This year will provide some clarity of where that will be going and how useful it is. Like I'm the skeptical one in this part, so I'm not. I want to find out um, what it does. I want to experience as like with an actual device you can buy
yeah, something like
kind
off
of
the
deal.
shelf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
everything at the
and,
minute
and
is just like it will support this or it can support
right.
this, but
I cannot wait to go on to Banggood or AliExpress and just buy
buy all these
some
cheap
random
Mac
ass
devices.
freaking device that will just work.
Yeah,
So that's a thing I'm looking forward to experience this year, maybe. Yeah, and otherwise, yeah, streaming. I think I should definitely should
you
go
should.
back into that
You
game
should.
just
Choo
because I
choo.
liked it so much, indeed. And so that will be my New Year's resolution, I guess.
Just get back into streaming.
Yeah, not twice or three times a week, but maybe once every 2 weeks or something. Just a bit, like
Yeah, just a chilled.
right.
Hmm.
I just like it. Like I like the chat today as well. It's nice to read up and see what people think. And I know I've not like answered every question in there, and neither did you. But
No,
yeah, I'm
no,
sorry.
yeah, it's too busy chatting.
Yeah,
One
definitely.
one bit
But
of tech that I have loved this year so far is Steam
all
Deck.
right.
Like that thing has been awesome. Um, like if you're into games or gaming, but like when you have kids, you don't really get time to do those things.
Nope. Nope.
And like a job and YouTube and other things. So having something that's portable and small and you can just spin up like a AAA title handheld. It's wicked. I think I did mention this in
I
one of the other streams too, but yeah, that's
I
a device
really
I've loved.
enjoy Beat Saber. That's my
We still haven't done anything in VR, so that's going to be one
no.
of my New Year's things is to do a VR thing with you.
No, I like the VR at this point, and I still do after like how long is it now? Like we do this for 2 years, 1 year now. I
Hmm.
believe we own one for a year, a little over a
Yeah.
year. But I pretty much enjoy it, and the nice thing about that is like I can just put it on, play a couple of games, and after like 15 minutes, you're completely exhausted, especially with Beat Saber or similar games, and then well, then I can put it aside again, and then cool down a bit. Like yeah, well, it's nice to get your mind on something else, right? But in
Yeah.
general, gaming is not really. I'm not a big gamer. I used to be, by the way. I did a lot of Counter Strike, uh,
Mm.
pretty okay level as well, a lot. Uh, and I did with a couple of friends. We did LAN gaming,
Mm.
fun games like big gatherings with people all bringing their computers. We organized one of the biggest one in the Netherlands. So it was like 2,100 people.
Oh wow.
And we did that for years, and those things were just amazing. So I did a lot with gaming back in the days. I like that, but I cannot find the time to do it anymore.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess kids
it
indeed.
is hard, but
Yeah. And also, I'm a Mac user nowadays, so it's not like that's
there's
not the best gaming
that.
platform ever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I haven't touched a Windows computer in 13 years or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got my thing for that. Where is it? There we go. My little.
Do you know Internet Tech?
Wow.
Do you know Internet Tech?
Intermat
The-
Tech?
Yeah, he creates the Quinlet LED boards and such.
I don't think so.
He streams on YouTube as well. I actually knew him from back in the days from the LAN party, which is
Oh
kind of
wow.
weird to meet people again.
Small
And the same
world.
with Ed, actually the smart home junkie.
Mm-hmm.
We actually worked for the same company. We were like had weeks where we just were sitting in the same room working on projects and coding, which is kind of weird to meet each other again after so many years
Oh wow.
through Home Assistant.
That's a nice little throwback there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Those things are weird, aren't they? Like in life.
Smart Home Junkie, 2014.
2014. Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're
Mhm.
having fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. So I think we're going to call this one here. We've been going for a
Yeah.
while now, Frank. It's been good.
I do long streams, you know that, right?
I do. It's not quite 8 hours, but yeah. I mean, you're an hour ahead of me, aren't you? So you're nearly midnight now.
Yeah.
Half 11ish or 20 to 12.
Yes. Definitely. Yes.
Does anyone have any final questions for Mr. Frank? Yay, I didn't crash. Yeah, so yeah, in the last stream when we got to this kind of time period, yeah, the stream died.
Last round of questions. Let's go.
Do 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 do.
Yeah. No, I didn't crash. I did crash on my stream last Friday.
Yeah, you did crash.
Oh man. I figured
Yeah.
out why though.
I think it was Ed. Ed just hung up on me last time.
He was just
Yeah.
done.
Nick and Sarah, I do have a Mac. I do have a Mac. It's just sometimes it's quite hard to, record all of my stuff and then repeat those tutorials again on a Mac. I have previously said in the past that I would do that, but sometimes when I've asked those things in questions or videos, like, would anyone be interested in this? Like, literally, like 1 or 2 people like answer or say, yeah, I want a Mac version. And it would be so nice to do it for that one person, but like it's a lot of time to do. Sorry. Maybe Frank will do it in his streams.
What
I
should I do then?
I don't know, just tutorials on things using a Mac.
I did create some videos in the past which were cutouts of my streams, like mostly challenges. But yeah, no, probably not. I cannot. Like, I'm afraid, like, what you're doing, if I start doing that, I'm just afraid that I would, like, record or retry, like, every freaking bit. Like, English is not my main language, so I will make a lot of errors, and I don't care on stream that much. But I could imagine
I think
that if
Ed
I'm
was
started
saying this
recording
actually. I think it was you that said this, wasn't it, Ed? I think about the whole why he uses a script, because it's just so much easier than getting a word wrong in English or not using the right phrase or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I will start to re-record a lot, like aiming for perfection a lot.
Yeah, I think I do that like a lot, and I speak English.
Right, but in general, right, you want to like improve constantly. I think with recording stuff and the things I did record in the past, I did a couple of things that I started over and over and over again. And at some point, I made like videos, a couple of videos where I just like did a live stream without streaming live to record a couple of videos just for the idea
when
for
you
myself,
messaged me the other day on that stream and you were like subscribers only, and I was like, oh man, like I thought I'd streamed that whole thing as like not subscribers, members. I thought it was a members only stream, and I was like, oh man. No, it was the chat subscribers only.
But for a live stream, that's why I started doing live streams, is because, well, it is spontaneous. You can interact and failure is not like stuff happens. But that doing YouTube and recording tutorials, I don't will fit me.
No,
that
you like the whole live aspect of it.
Yeah, I like it to be messy and like staying cool in English. Yes, that's what we call it in Dutch, which is call English. Not sure why it's called like that.
What does it mean?
coal.
Oh.
Yeah, it's coal where you fire up, right? We call it coal English. Plain coal in English. Why it's called like that? It's like English. That's the
English.
term. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Please make few updates on HA to minus breaking changes.
I was going to say one of the other questions here was why has there been so many like minor updates? Why is there more in some months and why there's less in others?
Yeah.
And it's I'll let you take it away.
Well, it came up on Reddit. Exact same question too. Is everything okay? Was the title in Reddit, I believe, something like that. And I responded to that, which is, by the way, my highest upvoted Reddit comment ever. Yes, everything's okay. We're just trying to ship out in general. Patch releases are only released if it. Okay, let me go back a bit. Patch releases are just releases containing bug fixes. So there are no breaking changes, no major changes, no new features, nothing. It's just fixes. That's it. It's safe to upgrade any patch release. That's the goal, at least. But we try to ship those out when there are an X number of users impacted. So we're not going to ship like a color of an icon just changed on one spot for that one user that has this exotic bathtub integration. But we will ship it if, I don't know, Google Cast picks up because so many people use it and are affected, right? So this releases this month, there had been a couple of fixes for what somewhat bigger usage integrations. And because the holidays are coming up and people are using it more, we just want to ship those quickly as possible too. So we're just shipping minors. It's easy to do. It's quick. It's easy for you to upgrade, and it helps a lot of people. So why not? Like, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, right? Why should we like keep people in the dark at this time? There's no reason for
Makes
it. So
sense.
just update. And if the updates don't affect you, then maybe don't upgrade or do get the upgrade done. There's not much to it. And if you're really bothered by it, there are if you go to the community forums and go to the blueprint sections, there are actually blueprints to do automatic upgrades. So you can, like, for example, do automatic updates when their patch releases are out every night at X time or something, so that that Home Assistant will automatically update to patch versions for you.
Magic auto
Right.
updates.
Yeah, something like that. I would
Yeah.
not dare it myself on major releases, but for patch versions, that's definitely a good option.
Yeah. It's always good to read the release notes, you know. There's breaking changes, which are less and less now. They're
They used to be huge,
mm,
the list of breaking changes. I
yeah.
think they're fairly compact nowadays.
No, they are.
I'm happy.
They're good now. And with
I wish there were less, by the way.
yeah, with the I always forget what this actual feature is called because you guys changed the name of it a couple of times, like from speaking about it.
You wanted to say resolution center.
Yeah.
That was the working
I was
title.
gonna say
Yes.
resolution center, repair center.
Yes,
Is it repair center?
repairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Repairs. There we go. See, still get it wrong. Yeah, you've got all the helpful stuff in repairs now for lots of stuff and
Yeah, but
warnings for.
yeah, that's it, right? What used to be warnings and deprecation warnings and such, we put into the release notes as breaking changes because that was the only way to communicate to people before, which led to huge lists. And now we can target people specifically if like this deprecation
make it more relevant to you as a
is relevant to the user. Yeah. I think that is a big step, right? It has two wins. One, you only get the notification when it applies to you. And secondly, it's no longer in the breaking changes section that somehow the length is a lot of work, and B, triggers a lot of people. Like the length triggers people about, oh, this is dangerous to upgrade, which
just all these lines of
often
breaking
not the
things.
case.
Yeah. So now what you can do is you can see this little notification in your repair center that tells you in 2 months' time this thing is not going to work, and you can keep on closing it and ignoring it for 2 months, and then it will stop working, and then you can complain that it doesn't work anymore.
Right. So one of the things that we haven't built yet, which was in the original plans, and I'm pretty sure it will
Mhm.
someday be finished in that part, is that the upgrade would be like interrupted when it knows you're ignored something and haven't fixed it, but will break in the upgrade.
Ah,
So,
cool.
so for example, the MQTT stuff that now breaks if you upgrade and have migrated away and have ignored it, and you
Mm.
would now upgrade, then the idea was to pop up, hey, are you sure you want to upgrade because you ignored a couple of like repairs, and we know if you upgrade things will break. Are you sure you want to continue? So
Mm.
that's something that was the original idea that hasn't landed yet. So hopefully one day can improve on that. I think that will help with
Definitely.
people
Yeah.
still upgrading while ignoring
Yeah.
other
Or
stuff.
if you just happen to forget, or just keep ignoring it.
Yeah, can happen too, right?
Yeah.
What's the
Was-
blueprint for auto updates built by Microsoft? Could be. I
Yeah.
don't know. They will it will reboot during meetings or something, right? Or what is it, Patch Tuesday? What do they have
Yeah.
back in the day, at least?
Yeah. But there we are. Thank you again,
Yeah,
Frank. We're going to wrap this
thank
up.
you.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, for all the questions. I hope you've enjoyed this 5th stream of my 12 streams of Christmas, which is no longer 12 streams of Christmas. It's
Nice.
it's 12
It's
streams
going to
of
be tight.
December. Yeah, we don't have enough
Even
days.
that is going to be tight.
How many days have we got now?
It's 18th, so
1, 2. So how many do I need to do? There's 13 days left. But obviously, not all of those days are going to be usable because
this is going to be a tight one.
families and Christmas and.
But the real important question, which has been asked in the chat right now, when is the next one?
Ooh. So, Bo, I think staying on, trying to get all these streams out. I think we're actually going to be back tomorrow.
Is that including the giveaway?
Yeah, with the giveaway. With the giveaway that we did not give away tomorrow. So, if you missed it earlier, or if you're tuning in late as we're disappearing, check back tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. I'm going to have to commit to this now, aren't I? 8:30 p.m. tomorrow, we're going to do a giveaway, and then I've got a couple of little Christmassy present type things, kind of like what I had last week. I had some from Aqara and sewn off, but I've got another couple of ones here that look interesting. So if you want to come and
Tissue boxes?
no, one of them's like one of them is a little it's like a little suitcase shaped thing, and my little daughter has been asking me if she can have this thing for like the last few days because it looks like the perfect suitcase for a Barbie. So I'm gonna unbox that tomorrow so that she can have it because she really wants it. So we'll unbox that. We'll unbox the things, and then we'll talk giveaways. So if you're interested in getting yourself a Lametric Time, which is a cool clock, as we discovered,
Expensive, cool little
an
clock.
expensive, cool little clock, then be sure to check in tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. UK time.
And before we leave, hit that like button there.
Yeah,
like it has only 85 likes. That's not enough. So you haven't clicked
this
yet.
this has been my highest like stream of my 12 streams of not Christmas.
Not Christmas. Epic. And also click the subscribe button, follow Mark for future updates, and hit the bell. So you will actually get like notifications when he goes live for the giveaway tomorrow.
Or if you want to check out how to make an automation on people going live using Home Assistant, go check out the Bearded Tinker. He's got a video on doing just that.
Of what? Sorry.
Oh, you get like little notifications when somebody goes live on YouTube.
Cool. On YouTube? I haven't
on
had
YouTube.
that. I need to check out.
Mm.
Link it in the description below.
I will link it in the description below. Yeah, all the links are in the description below.
All right.
Yeah, all my socials are down there too as well. So if you wanna find out when all these things are happening, tomorrow's one is definitely happening because I've committed to it now in the stream. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. But for all the other ones, I mean, we've got another 7 to go, 6 because we're back tomorrow, but we've got a few more to go. But if you want to stay up to date on any of those, Might have some more guests to chat with and to answer your guys' questions, and also just me, just chatting general stuff. So, yeah.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. I was gonna look to see if I had any cool. Oh, here we go. Here's the good one to end it on. So, thank you, Frank. I enjoyed it. I think you passed your mission in joining. Is it gonna work? Here we go. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't work because we're on this screen. But I'm gonna swap it back. We're still ending, by the way, guys. This is how endings happen. They just take ages. Did it work now? I think I broke it. I think I broke it. God damn it!
It's not easy.
No, it's not. I don't want to keep pressing them in case all of them start popping up all at the same time. But yeah. Can I fix it on the fly? No, I probably can't. God damn it. No, it's broken. Oh no, I haven't pressed the button.
You have to press another button.
Oh, they're all going off. Wop wop.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So I hadn't changed the transition back to the split screen. So here we go. This was it. There we go. Never mind. In the next one, I'll have some sound effects and little GIFs and memes that do work. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll catch you tomorrow. And thank you, Frank, for being an awesome guest.
Bye bye.
Catch you in the next one. Cheers.